This is our 2001 Country Coach Intrigue 40 foot, and we're fixing to do some work on it on the air leveling valve on the left hand side, and we'll show you what that looks like in a bit. But on a side note, before you back your coach in across the nice grass, make sure you know where all the sprinkler system heads are at, and make sure you know where the valve is that shuts off the sprinkler system before you back your 30,000 pound coach in across the yard. Or you get something that looks like this. Yesterday it flooded and all this was a pond. So we get to work on this first before we work on the air leveling system. Okay, just to give you an idea of what we're looking at. Coach has been running, system's aired up. At the front, where it's supposed to be, about where it's supposed to be. And this is not where this is supposed to be. So we're going to change out the left side, driver's side air leveling valve. We'll get it back in here and make it safe and get to work. We got the Haldex replacement part. The whole kit part number is KN27000. The actual valve number inside the kit is 905-55105. That number is the new number that superseded the old. The kit comes with the new valve, all the linkages, adjustment bolts, nuts, screws. The new valve is plastic, where the original one was aluminum housing. The new one will have to be, you have to have 5/16 bolts to replace here. The 3/8 bolts in the original one won't fit, so be sure that you buy 2 5/16 bolts before you even get underneath the camper. You will reuse your original fittings for your air hoses, and they'll screw right back into the 1/4 inch fittings in the new valve. The valve is left and right hand. You see by this indicator here, this would be if you're using on the left hand side of the coach. This points towards the linkage. You just reverse it 180 degrees for the right hand side. And the tools you need will be some 110 millimeter metric, which is to adjust this valve, the valve screw here for your linkage. And you'll need a inch and 1/16, a 15/16, 5/8, 9/16, a 1/2 inch, and a flathead screwdriver. Okay, we use the HWH to air up the system to get it back in the shop. And we got our jack stands in place up under the rear, under the hitch. And now we're going to use the HWH to make sure all the air is out of the bags and dump them out completely. We got our jack stands situated back here under the bottom of the hitch. Airbags are deflated, and the coach is resting on the jack stands. And what we're after is here just above the airbags. You can see the linkage there on the right hand side. It attaches to that bracket. There's a little 90-degree bracket there. And you want to check these linkages, make sure they're not split or torn, because they can cause your coach to lean as well. Make sure the linkages are good. There's a rubber boot right there, and one up here at adjustment. And right there's the valve. Of course, this is on the right hand side, and the left hand side. is all the same thing. This is how the valve is set up on the coach. This is the original valve. We've already taken it off. And I'll show you here, these two 3/8 bolts, the 9/16 wrench, they are nutted on the back side of the plate to remove them. Your air lines, since this was the left-hand side valve, we had the line coming in here, going to the airbag. The line at the top is the air supply line, and this line was blocked off. So if you were on the opposite side of the coach, it'd just be reversed, be blocked off. This would be to the bag. This one's always your top supply line. In removal, remove this nut or this small bolt. You can remove the linkage out. It'll slide out and you get that out of the way. Take these two bolts off, nuts on the back, comes right off. Take the air hoses, easy enough there. Your linkage has two cotter pins on the front and on the back. That pin will come out, and you use these two screws, these two clamps, to adjust your ride height. You have them loosened up, and on the Country Coach is 7.5 inches from the center line of the axle to the bottom of the frame, of the bottom of the top frame. And then you can just adjust and you slide this up or down until you get your measurements how you want it with the airbags inflated. Got her pulled out. Ride height 7.5 inches on the axle to the frame. Looking good, like it should be. I hope this video helped. Thank you.